Hello, this is Hiroko. Today, I'd like to share a story about Japanese humility, a concept that foreigners often wonder about. Why do Japanese people humble themselves? Once you understand the true meaning, I'm sure you'll be moved by the beauty of the Japanese spirit. Located about a 15-minute walk from Asakusa in Tokyo's downtown area is a small local factory. The factory, bearing the sign Tanaka Precision Industries, employs just 8 people. Yet, the precision parts it produces are used in rockets and satellites around the world. Trusted by NASA, ESA, and Japan's JAXA, it's truly a local factory with the world's most advanced technology. The president of this factory is Takeshi Tanaka, 72. Mr. Tanaka has devoted himself to precision machining for 54 years. The parts he makes are astoundingly accurate to 110,000 of a millimeter 1100. The thickness of a human hair, a truly miraculous feat. One spring 3 years ago, a young German man appeared before Mr. Tanaka. Marcus Schmidt was 28 years old at the time. He was an engineer working for a renowned German precision equipment manufacturer and had been sent by his company for a year of training to learn Japanese craftsmanship. Marcus was fluent in Japanese. However, even though he understood the language, he struggled to understand the Japanese mindset. He was initially confused by Tanaka's humility, in particular. On his first day, Marcus visited the factory with great enthusiasm. "President Tanaka, thank you for your help. I've come to learn about your amazing skills." However, Tanaka's response was unexpected. "No, not at all. I'm just the owner of a small factory. I can't teach you anything special. But if you'd like, I'd love to work with you." Marcus was secretly surprised. Why would this man, an engineer garnering worldwide attention, refer to himself as just the owner of a small factory? The factory tour began. Tanaka carefully explained each machine, each one with a humble tone. "This machine is old, my processing skills are still immature." But what Marcus actually saw was a level of precision he had never seen. Even in Germany's most advanced factories, the machines he described as old were producing precision that surpassed even the most modern machines. The technology he described as immature was achieving precision that was theoretically impossible. The turning point came 2 weeks into the project. NASA made an urgent request. A defect had been discovered in a critical component for the Mars rover, and a replacement part needed to be manufactured within 48 hours. Upon receiving the request, Tanaka immediately began work. However, Tanaka's words at that time made a deep impression on Marcus. "I am truly grateful that you have entrusted me with this task. I don't know if I can meet the expectations of everyone at NASA, but I will do my best." It was then that Marcus finally understood. Tanaka's humility was not false or self-deprecating. It was a sign of respect for the weight of responsibility. Then work began. Tanaka's concentration was incredible. He worked for 48 hours, barely taking a break, repeatedly making micron-level adjustments. "I'm sorry, but please let me do this work alone. If I fail, it will be my fault." At that moment, Marcus realized that behind Tanaka's humility lay an enormous sense of responsibility. This space development project holds the lives of people all over the world in its hands. The weight of responsibility for producing parts that will determine its success is immense. That's why Tanaka never overestimates himself and always remains humble. The part was completed. Inspection revealed a perfect finish, far exceeding the required precision. NASA called to express their gratitude, but Tanaka's reaction remained the same. "I'm glad I could be of help, but I was just doing my normal job. I think it worked because the NASA team had such an excellent design." From that moment on, Marcus began to see Tanaka's humility in a different light. It wasn't just a cultural habit, but rooted in a deep artisanal philosophy. As the month passed, Marcus gradually began to learn actual machining techniques from Tanaka. However, Tanaka's teaching methods were also unique. "This is my way of doing things, but I don't know if it's correct. And you probably have more up-to-date knowledge than me, Marcus. So I'd rather you teach me." At first, Marcus thought this was just polite talk. However, as they actually worked together, he realized that Tanaka was genuinely seeking his opinions. A craftsman with over 50 years of experience was seriously listening to and incorporating the ideas of a young 28-year-old engineer. One day, Marcus told Tanaka about a new machining theory he had learned in Germany. Tanaka's eyes lit up as he listened, saying, "That's a great idea. Let's try it out." He then combined the theory with his own techniques, achieving even higher precision in machining. Thanks to you, Marcus, I've learned something new. Thank you. When Marcus heard these words from Tanaka, his heart warmed with emotion. Tanaka's determination to continue learning, despite his impressive skills, was truly moving, and his humility, willingness to learn, even from younger foreigners, was a testament to his true character. I truly understood that this was the essence of a Japanese craftsman. Around the third month, the factory received a major order. It was for parts for a European space development project. A technically challenging project. Other factories were deemed unable to produce it. And Tanaka Precision Industries came to him as their last hope. Tanaka pored over the blueprints for a long time. He ultimately accepted the job. And his words at that moment were particularly striking. To be honest, I'm not sure we'll succeed. But if there are people out there in need, I'll do my best. The work began. He failed repeatedly and wasted materials. While it would have been natural for him to give up, Tanaka refused. I'm sorry for causing trouble to our customers due to my lack of skill. But I'm certain I'll see it through. Marcus realized that Tanaka's humility had a deeper meaning. It also signified consideration for others. He expressed his own failures and difficulties in a way that didn't worry others. He didn't shift the blame onto others, but took it all upon himself. This was also a form of humility. After 2 weeks, the parts were finally completed. Their European customers praised them as miraculous technology. But Tanaka's reaction remained unchanged. Fortunately, it worked out well. It was all thanks to the customer's detailed drawings. With 3 months left in his training, Marcus made a proposal. He wanted to present Tanaka's technology at the company's headquarters in Germany, but Tanaka was hesitant. There's no way someone like me would speak in front of such talented European engineers. In the end, Tanaka agreed, but with one condition: only as long as it's an opportunity for us to learn together. Rather than just teaching in an arrogant way. The technology presentation in Germany was a great success. Tanaka remained humble throughout, but the German engineers were deeply impressed by his technology and philosophy. After the presentation, many engineers rushed to Tanaka. He greeted each of them courteously, concluding with these words: I have learned so much from you all. Technology knows no borders. Let's continue to work together to create even better products. On the last day of training, Marcus expressed his gratitude to Tanaka. Tanaka, thank you so much for the past year. You taught me not only your skills, but also the heart of a craftsman. Tanaka remained humble to the end. I have received a breath of fresh air from Marcus. After returning to Germany, Marcus continued to practice the humility he learned from Tanaka. This did not mean losing confidence. Rather, it was an attitude of learning from more people and creating better products. 2 years later, Marcus visited Japan again. This time as a representative of his own company, to conclude a technical partnership with Tanaka Precision Industries. I am proud of how well you have become, Marcus. But that is only natural, as you were originally an excellent person. The two exchanged a firm handshake. Tanaka's humility was not simply a personal trait, but a virtue that forms the foundation of international technical cooperation. Today, trainees from all over the world visit Tanaka Precision Industries factory. They leave not only with the skills they need, but also with an understanding of the true meaning of Japanese humility. Mr. Tanaka still stands at the factory every morning, silently producing parts. And every time a new trainee arrives, he greets them with the same words. I'm just the owner of a small factory. I can't teach you much, but I hope we can learn together. However, more and more people are now coming to understand the true meaning of these words. Japanese humility is not self-denial. It is a beautiful expression of respect for others, a willingness to continue learning, and a desire to work together to reach even greater heights. Did you enjoy this article? Japanese humility is imbued with deep love and philosophy. It is a manifestation of a beautiful spirit that does not belittle oneself, but rather values others and strives to grow together. When you encounter humility in Japan, try to sense the warmth behind it. Next time, I'll be back to share with you the Japanese spirit you may not know. This was Hiroko.